The question, to whom does it arise, is extremely useful. It's simple. I'm thinking of Ramana Maharshi, who's best known for using it, at least in a modern context. You can do it really any time. It's a practice. I'm looking at a coffee cup and I could say, well, to whom does that arise? And that's actually interesting. It's just the self. If your inquiry or your meditation doesn't get, if I inquire into the cup and then like who wants the cup, and then at some point you're getting into deeper stuff within yourself about desire and aversion and how it works, craving, attachment, and your as awareness itself becoming aware of these things by practicing. To whom does this craving arise? It's very interesting, whatever that craving might be. There's no judgment. I mean, judgment might be there, but to ask to whom does this arise is not a judgy. It's as if to ask, first of all, what's there and who's aware of it. If you stepped on a thorn or something, and I'm not saying this is the ideal situation to do this, but you could do it. Like, you step on a thorn and you're like, and then you're in pain, and there's the pain, just the pain signal from stepping on the thorn. Then there's the pain of mentally complaining about it, that it shouldn't be happening, as well as maybe a sense of, I'm such an idiot for doing that, or something's wrong with me because I did something, quote, wrong. That's a judgment. To whom does that pain arise is a really interesting thing. So to whom does the pain arise? Immediately, you may become aware it arises to the one who's pissed off or who's feeling shitty. And it'll have a feeling. So there's a feeling there, not just a thought, feeling. The one that's complaining and feeling bad about itself in relation to the thorn and the stepping part. That pain, and then what you might call suffering, which is the mental part of it. The thorn is outside of you. It actually penetrates the skin, sends a pain signal, you're hurt, and yet there's something about the mental part that's very dear, very close, very intimate in a way. You look at that. So to whom does the pain arise? To the one that's pissed off. Okay, when I say quote unquote, the one who's pissed off, that is a thought, feeling, sensation, experience in that moment. Why? Because there's anger, there's irritation, there's the mental habit of complaining, saying it shouldn't be happening when it obviously is happening, the pain that results from that. So then the question is then obviously, to whom does that arise? And then it's as if that structure, sometimes I call it putting it on the slab. It's like a scientist putting a specimen on a clear field, looking through a microscope, or putting it in a tray or in a petri dish or something, looking at it. What is it? Well, what about the one that's feels bad about being pissed off? That's a little more subtle than it. To whom does that arise? You become aware of it, and it like recedes in a way to a place where there's basically just pure awareness. And when I say pure awareness, the presumption is you are that already. You don't make it happen, you just realize that it's already the case. The one who feels superior or feels special, like, oh, pure awareness, and you feel a little attachment to that. Or you feel like, oh, I'm impure, I don't deserve it. That one that's under a rock, golem or something or whatever. Oh, I'm aware. To whom does that arise? And when you say to whom does that arise, it's neutral, but neutral sounds cold and distant. It's not. Consciousness awakens to itself and is satisfied. Now, one might say, well, wait, isn't it already satisfied? Isn't it? Do this practice, find out what I'm talking about, and then tell me if that question comes up for you. Like the question, who are you, is interesting. If the realization is suchness, or it's really kind of more of a like a Advaita Vedanta type technique. If you're abiding in the Atman, They call it the self. I don't like that translation. I like the Buddhist terms like essential nature, the truth of who you are, your true nature. That when you're abiding in that as that, you know, there are people out there who want to play games with this, who learn this, because it's really simple and kind of easy. Who are you? Who are you? To whom does this experience arise? Who is having this experience? It doesn't require philosophy. You don't have to be well-versed in philosophy to do it. So I think it's attractive to a lot of people. If you go online and see people that are talking about it, writing about it, forums and different things, videos on YouTube, it can easily turn into a little semantic game that people play. Like, oh, who plays it then? This is something you do for yourself. It's not something you do as a way to try to control someone else or try to elevate yourself or to quote unquote act spiritual or whatever. That's important. Something you do within yourself, for yourself. I mean, you could be helped by a teacher or by a friend or something, but maybe if you asked for it. And I'm talking about it. I'm teaching this. I'm discussing it more than teaching it right now, but I'm not saying anyone should do it unless they want to. It's deeply personal. The one that wants to appear clever. See, it bothers you. Why else would you do self-inquiry unless you were bothered and not at peace? It's sacred. Don't be a dick. Do the work, self-inquiry. If you're having a peaceful experience, you don't really need to do this. You could, but the question, to whom does this arise? The this and that. The thing that arises usually is something problematic and something you're upset about. Start with the stuff that's really bothering you. Little habits you notice. See, when I say habits you notice, somebody asks, well, wait, who's noticing it? I mean, we all notice. We talk a lot about consciousness, and that's really what noticing is consciousness or awareness. Even criminals and dictators and evil people have some consciousness. They can notice things. It's just how deeply does that penetrate? Whom does it serve? We're all given the tools we need to wake up, but we squander them often. You could give someone $1 million, and if they go into a casino and they're a gambling addict, it's not going to last much longer. Even if they win some, over time, you'll lose it. So the noticing, ego's sort of like a damper on it, and it's pretty powerful. What the Buddhists call defilements that just kill your happiness. You're not going to be happy. You may have moments of pleasure. So there's awareness there. It's just limited. And it's put in service to ego. Conventionally, if someone says, okay, I want you to become aware of blank, some object, a thought, a feeling, or a sensation, physical object, something. The assumption is usually you as a physical person in a body become aware. And that's a big part of the illusion, is just that somehow that consciousness arises from mental activity. And it's not true. You can figure that out for yourself. And anyone who might be hearing this, just look up The Hard Problem of Consciousness, David Chalmers. There is no evidence that there's anything more than a correlation of states of consciousness with the brain. There's no real evidence that the brain produces consciousness. No one's proven that yet. Consciousness is fundamental, and that the thoughts arise within consciousness, and that consciousness survives what we call death, and waking up to it is satisfying and basically happy because it's the fundamental reality. So the question of, is the noticing that one might do conventionally the same as the noticing that occurs in an awakened condition, is it the same? Yes and no. Ultimately the same, yes. Functionally, not at all. As long as that addict is still functioning, running, or dysfunctioning, as long as that attachment, that craving, that's the cause. As long as the cause is still in place, there's still work to do. You almost would call noticing awareness of space. There's awareness of things, but you have to be separate from something to see it. You have to have a space to see it in. Just like a scientist has to have a clear work area where she can view things. Your nature is pure awareness, so that's the one that notices. It gets tangled up with, not truly, but apparently gets tangled up with ego.